Hey guys, what's up? Today's Wednesday, trying to help you guys get started on your start practices today. I'll go ahead and run through these real quick and just try to help out a little bit as I can, okay? So this first question right here just says, which system of equations can be used to find the number of small paintbrushes and the number of large paintbrushes in the set? Okay, so all you have to do is just write it out. The biggest thing you need to do is just make sure you define these, which they do up here in the problem, okay? And just make sure you understand there's two totals in here, and or there's one total in here, and then the other one, the other sentence sets up everything perfect. So that one's not too difficult, but again, just make sure you guys read through that. Okay. Oops. Question number 2, it says the graph of the linear function shown the coordinate plane, and it says which function best represents the relationship shown in the graph. So this one's pretty simple, guys. It's just a linear equation in slope-intercept form. The fastest way to find this one is find your y-intercept and find your slope, or just graph these and match the key points. So this one's not too difficult. Okay, question 3 says the graph of the linear function is shown. All right, now this one's very similar to the one before, but now it's a drag box. This one you actually have to know a little bit. You have to find the y-intercept again and find the slope. Pay attention to the way the line is, and it'll automatically mark off half your pull downs for your slope. So that one's not too bad. Question number 4, it says a system of linear equations is shown. It's x minus 3y is equal to 7. And then the other one is x minus 2 is equal to 2. So let me write that one down. X minus 3y is equal to 7. Okay, it says what is the value of x in the solution? All right, so in the systems of the equations, remember these are not set up into slope-intercept form. So again, we want to move the x first. So again, when I move it over, that's going to be a negative x now when I rewrite this. And then you got to be careful right here, and you're going to divide by -3. And you're going to do the same thing on the second one. You move the x over, and then you divide by -2. And then you would find out where they cross. But again, you got to pay attention to where the x is, not the y. Question 5, it has these tables. Okay, so again, what you're going to want to do here, it says which system of equations represented by the two lines. You're going to want to graph these, okay, and then you start doing the same format. Now, be careful here because one of the equations is already set up for you, so that gives you a 50-50 shot. Okay, start typing in the first equation here, and you should be able to match it. Now, again, on the second line, you're going to have to move information over. So again, you'd have to make the 4x a -4x and put it on the right side, and then you divide everything by a negative so you can find the other line. Okay, and then you would go through there and you'd mark all the choices. All right. Question number 6 again is a word problem. All right. So it says dance lessons are offered at 2 studios. It says the cost of the dance lesson at each studio is shown. So Studio Q charges a $30 registration fee plus $80 per month. So again, that's giving us our equation right there. So again, y equals, since they give you a registration fee, that's a one-time, that's your initial fee, and then it tells you the plus $80 per month. Okay, so that would be the equation, and you do the same thing for Studio R, and then it says after how many months will the total cost of the dance lessons be equal at the 2 studios? Okay, so then you're going to see where they cross over, and they month, since that's going to be the x part right here. All right, so once you figure out where they cross over, you're looking for the x again. Okay, 7 says the graph of the linear function is shown on the grid. It says which statement is best supported by the graph of the function. So they give you a whole bunch of different vocabulary words that we've learned. Okay, they give you slope, they give you x-intercept, they give you 0, and they give you y-intercept. So again, you would go through there and just start eliminating the ones you can eliminate. Okay, question 8 is probably one of the hardest ones, and I'm going to work through that one just because we haven't really worked a lot of problems like this. It says the equation of line K is y equals -x plus 17. Line N is parallel to line K and passes through the point -5 and 7. It says determine the equation in slope-intercept form that represents the relationship between x and y for the line N. Okay, so key point is here, they say line N is parallel, so that means our slopes would be the same. And then it passes through a point. So we haven't, like I said, we haven't really worked this a lot, but you would have to go here and use your point slope formula. You'd actually have to solve this out and move some things around. So I'll work this out for you guys right quick. So this would be y. My y1 point is 7, so it's going to be minus 7 is equal to, again, our slope's going to be the same, so it's going to be negative x. And then my x1, since it's negative 5, it's going to be plus 5. Okay? So then you would just actually solve the equation out. Okay? And like I said, we haven't done this a lot. So I would move the negative. I would distribute the negative here, so that gives me negative x minus 5. Now, again, we want to get y by itself. Since it's y minus 7 here, we're going to add 7 to the back end. Now, you got to be careful here because I'm not going to add it to the x. I can actually add it to my number here. Okay, and we end up getting y is equal to negative x plus 2. And just to double check it, if we want to, we could plug that in. Make sure it goes through that point negative 5 and 7, but it should. Okay, but you could double check that on Desmos once you get that equation. Okay, and you'd have to type it in on your DMAC. Okay. Question number 9 says the table represents the points in the graph of a linear function. It says which function represents this relationship. Again, because it gives us a table and it gives us an equation. It's real simple. You plug these in, plug those in, and you should be able to find that pretty simple. Or you can use your y1 squiggly. Okay. Question number 10 says which statement best describes a line. So again, we're describing this line right here. So again, they're talking about what the equation is and what the slope is. So just remember what the slope of a vertical line is, and also what type of line vertical is. Again, you should be able to actually type these in. You should actually be able to type those in, and it should pop up. Okay. All right, question number 11. This is another one we have not done before, okay, or had a lot of work on it, so that's why I thought I'd put it on here, and I'll walk you through this one. It says for a linear equation, f of negative 3 is equal to 0, and f of 5 is equal to negative 4. It says complete function f in slope-intercept form. All right, so basically what you can do here is make a table, okay, and then use your squiggly. It's pretty simple understanding. So again, what they're basically saying here is when they plug in x is equal to 3, y is going to be equal to 0. Okay? What they're saying right here, when they plug in x is equal to 5, y is going to be equal to negative 4. So that gives you 2 points for a table, and you can use that function so that your table would be like 3, 0, 5, negative 4. Okay, and then you can, like I said, you can use y1 squiggly, or what you could do is once you figure this out, you can go ahead and figure out what your slope is, and then just back plug the rest of these in to figure out which one goes to those points. Okay, and you might could even, after you graph this, you might could actually even see where the y-intercept is at as well. Okay, but other than that, you guys should be good to go. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Y'all have a great weekend. Hopefully you guys will get to see the solar eclipse.